Joining us from the Stanford campus in Palo Alto is Maha Ibrahim. She was a member of a venture capital delegation to Russia last year, and she's a general partner in Canaan Partners in Menlo Park. So first of all, Maha, what is the big attraction about Yandex? Why are investors so enthusiastic about this?
The answer is pretty simple. It's just growth, growth, growth. Yandex is clearly a proxy for what's going on in the Russian economy and the Russian growth. There's been excitement from an investor perspective moving into Brazil, Russia, India, and China, as we've all seen over the last couple of years with the public offerings there. And really, this is the first Russian tech IPO that has amassed large scale. And so it truly is a proxy for what's going on in the Russian market.
What is the appetite for investors for Russian companies as opposed to, for example, China, where we've seen a number of IPOs just take off like a rocket?
I think that there's going to be excitement in either case. There's clearly drawbacks to Russian deals as well as Chinese deals, et cetera. And that's primarily based on not knowing where the growth in the economy is going to come from, but knowing there is going to be overall growth. I think that as you look at the Russian economy, like China, there's still issues with payment processing and logistics that hinder some e-commerce companies from really growing. But as you see, with Yandex being a proxy for it, if we can get some of those more structural issues worked out in both economies, there's a ton of room for growth, which is, in my opinion, why you see those IPOs enjoying the outsized returns that they are.
Yeah, Maha, let me ask you about that. You know, in the SEC filing, the prospectus, Yandex warns about competition from Mail.ru as well as from Google. But Google doesn't seem to have really broken into the Russian market like they have other places in the world. Why is that?
I think it's a matter of understanding the Russian economy and the Russian market, and Yandex has clearly done a great job of that, as has Mail.ru. Both companies have just had incredible growth, and I think, again, are spending most of their time working with Russian companies, Russian advertisers, and that's not necessarily a focus of Google's at the time being. They have much bigger fish to fry in other markets.
Well, let me ask you about the Russian advertising market. There's a lot of talk also in the prospectus about the way the Russian advertising market works. How is that different than what we see in this country, for example?
It's different in the way that, again, there's limited ability for people to transact online in the Russian economy, and that's somewhat similar to what we've been seeing in China and India, and although it is changing. But insofar as e-commerce companies can't necessarily advertise and expect people to transact with a credit card online, that's a limiter of growth for the time being. Once you get payment systems in all of the BRIC countries that are as easy as what you have in the United States, but might be localized for each individual economy, I think it makes sense to see a lot of growth in in all of those respective countries. In Russia, in particular, you don't have a large credit card holding population, but there is a population that is affluent and wants goods and services to be supplied in an easy way, as opposed to going down to the street and buying, I don't know, the latest Gucci dress. They want that to be able to be delivered to them at their home via credit card. And there simply isn't enough penetration in the market yet to, again, see the Amazon.com-like company emerge there.
All right, Maha Ibrahim, thanks so much for your insights on that. We will be watching how Yandex performs over the next few days.